sports. It's in the game.
It's week 4 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Bengals and the Panthers, and it's coming up next.
Ready to get this game started? Here's Eddie Pinheiro. And off we go from Bank of America Stadium. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by a motivated player coming off an injury, one of the game's great young QBs, Joe Burrow.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focused on rectifying those things here.
This is hauled in by T. Higgins. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
On one, ready?
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Man in motion out of the slot. On first down, here's Burrow. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Devin Tompkins to return. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. Bringing him out, coming off a tough rookie season as the top pick in the 2023 draft is Bryce Young.
The biggest mistake he could make here is letting his offense get suckered into trying and matching the pace while the opposition just set. Even if it's a quick score to begin the game, he's got to have the poise and the patience here to run the opening script they've planned for all week long. Play your game and not let the circumstances dictate and force your hand.
Breaks through, and he might break away. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And this is a nice gain. That stopped at the 47. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. 2nd and 3 now. Hubbard again. And this one doesn't go far. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Let's go now. Set go.
Thielen, the receiver, in motion left.
Go.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That you'll take the result in the NFL. Nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped cold at the spot. We'll keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, a play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33.
Ready.
Thielen's got it. Complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10.
Go.
Back to throw. Here's Young. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Jermaine Crab picks it. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Cincinnati headed back out for its second drive now. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Catch made by Chase Brown. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. The drive picks up here, first and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
Burrow from the gun. Hits his running back. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. They've been leaving him open, and that is something they're going to have to button up in the near future, Brock, considering the type of start this guy is having.
Yeah, this running back's making all sorts of friends with his buddies in his offensive huddle. Enemies on the other side, but this kind of production means everybody's going to get to eat today.
First down, Burrow to throw. Looking slant route, complete. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals parlay the interception into points. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tompkins now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their second drive. And I know it's early, Brock, but you can almost feel that they need some points to keep this lead from getting out of control and build up their confidence as well after drive number 1 ended in that interception.
Yeah, totally co-sign that, Kate, every bit of it. It's an early deficit, but there's still a whole lot of game left. You don't need to make up for it right away. You just need to start to see those chains moving.
That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. Our score, 14-0. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with first and 10. Throw complete to Thielen. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach third down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense Let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
70 Timberwolves. Go. Check go.
Young to throw here on 3rd. It's caught. That's Thielen. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers start to fight back with their first points of this game. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. They have played lights out on offense, scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Play action now. Burrow has a man. It's Brown.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short on the 35. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
Come on, ready? Here we go, here we go.
Burrow. And his perfect start is over. That's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
This one taken in by Chase. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
That one's caught along the left sideline. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Burrow. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. And it's the Bengals who have 1st and 10.
On 2. 11, 11, 11, 11. It's just set. Stop.
Throwing it again here. He's on the move. The ball is loose. And that's going to be a touchback. No! It goes out at the 1. Wow, they still have a shot at this. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Well, nearly the end of that series, partner. You could almost see those players rooting for the ball to bounce across that sideline before a defender made the recovery.
Yeah, sometimes that sideline's a player's worst enemy, but sometimes it could be the...
And he's got it! Had to lay out for it, but touchdown! The Bengals grow their lead just before halftime. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
That one splits the uprights, and the Bengals double their lead to 14.
McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 44. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. To the air on 1st down, Young. He finds Sanders. And he's out of bounds, looks like right at the midfield stripe.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 4. Escapes the pocket.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. DJ Turner comes up with it.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. And it's going to be 2nd down.
On 2, ready? Here we go, here we go.
Burrow setting up the play action. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
1st and goal, Cincinnati.
One, ready?
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Gun. Got.
Brown goes up and over for the touchdown. The Bengals get more points to end a lopsided 1st half. Point after up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals stretch their lead to 21.
Panthers 7. Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Panthers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. Young on 1st and 10. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first.
Let's go now.
From the 37. Short pass brought in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd.
Ready.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Pass complete to Hubbard. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. Looking to throw. And that one is picked off, but wait a second. Oh, he came down out of bounds, so that's just going to be incomplete. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. One last play before the break.
Ready.
Throwing it just before halftime. Throwing for the end zone. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Geno Stone picks it off. And the Bengals are stopped on that return. So that interception's going to be the final play of this opening half. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Bengals out in front. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started out west in Las Vegas, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue.
We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the 3rd quarter.
Kevin McPherson, the kickoff.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tompkins now to return. He lost the football, and the fumble recovery is made. The Panthers. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go. Check. Bronco switch.
This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go. Shaq.
2nd and 10. At the 25.
They run again with Hubbard. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Hut.
Young working from the gun. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. So on 4th down now, the Panthers calling an All-Pro several times over. It's Johnny Hecker for the punt. This will be grabbed at the 5. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Bengals are going to be backed up to begin this drive. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Into traffic, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Forced out to his right. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Cut by the open man. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. He'll get this one to Brown. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
He's got it! Touchdown, Cincinnati! Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Tompkins now to return. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. Hubbard hauls it in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Go.
On second down, it's Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Set. Ready. Get up.
Young on the play action. Finds Sanders.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached...
Ready.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Set. Set. Go.
Young looking to throw. It's caught. That's Thielen. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Let's go.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Young. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second and 17 at the 45-yard line.
Set. Go. Ready.
Trying again following the sack. Cops, this is Xavier Leggett. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
13 on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, Young. That's caught for the first. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Play action now, Young. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up second and 5.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 15.
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Gino Stoll.
Everyone's prepped, it's 2nd down now.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 7.
Here's a give to Hubbard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Extra DB out there for the Bengals. 3rd down coming.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Young to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again. Geno Stone picks it off. And the Bengals are gonna have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I'm fine. Ready.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Wow, they're gonna pass it here. Has a man, it's Brown. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They've got to keep moving quick here. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And no luck there, and that throw falls to the ground.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Chase coming in motion right. Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete.
On 1. Ready.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Gun.
Burrow setting up the play action. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Excellent pickup to move the chains, 36 yards in the end. And that completion gets him up to 400 yards in the football game. No, it's a tough mark to reach, but one that every quarterback takes pride in being able to reach, or at least challenge every so often. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone.
Start.
From the red zone now. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Bengals continue piling it on here in the 4th. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals grow their lead yet again. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 18-yard line.
Come on, set. Reload, no, check, Panther, ring it. Shot alert.
Another try following the sack. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Let's go. Let go.
Young working from the gun. Stays in the pocket. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Carolina in punt formation. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's get set.
Play action now. Burrow. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. They decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown, the knee it out. Either way, this one's over. So the Bengals